Hello, good afternoon. Offenders, criminals, doubt about penal responsibility because of a suspicion of mental illness. Then, forensic expertise and assessment not responsible under criminal law, but still socially dangerous. Therefore, two labels, psychotic, forensic. And the consequences, psychiatric annexes to prisons, long hospitalization, mentally ill, criminals. So heavy stigmas attached to one person. How to get out of this? And yet, a psychiatric hospitalization can offer new hope to those patients detained in the forensic system. Through an intensive process, a multidisciplinary team works with the inpatient towards a social rehabilitation project while working on the risk of another acting out due to mental illness. Well, the psychiatric hospital have undergone a major evolution from an asylum-like structure to a more therapeutic institution. And still, the evolution goes on, as the hospital is no longer seen and approached as a self-sufficient structure closed on itself. It is seen now as a stage in patient's life, and as such, it's opened up to what has happened before the hospitalization, to what is happening during, and that will happen after the hospitalization. And all this outside of the hospital. And this evolution is in line with the development of hospital care of forensic inpatient in the Centre Hospitalier Jean Titeka, a Belgian psychiatric hospital. Well, the treatment plan has evolved to involve significant members of the patient's social network, especially his family. And this evolution has two main goals. First one, a better perception of family, relational, and historical issues of the patient outside the hospital. And this is in order to develop more family access and teams of the treatment to do with him. Second goal, to prepare a more viable, sustainable after-hospitalization project developed and accepted by all the patients and by all the stakeholders of his situation. Well, the theme of this international conference is psychology in diverse contexts in order to foster practice of psychology in new contexts. And besides that, the need for the study in different fields of psychology has been recognized. And this research combines both aspects, a specialized branch of psychology, systemic psychotherapy, within the specific context of forensic psychiatry. A person detained without the forensic system, we are talking about psychotic detained in the forensic system, having committed an offense, but found not responsible under criminal law for it because of their mental illness at the time of the offense. But yet, they are considered as socially dangerous. Historically, the treatment of those offenders has focused on the reduction of the risk of recidivism. Since the change of law in 1964, it has undergone a shift to the medical sphere. In concrete terms, to make those legal changes concrete, pilot projects have been created. One of those projects is the Forensic Ward EGOA, a unit of this Centre Hospitalier Jean Titeka. It has been mandated by the Federal Public Service to assist the forensic in the social rehabilitation project while reducing the risk of another acting out due to mental illness. In order to achieve this, the multidisciplinary team has proposed a very sustained guidance involving a lot of actors belonging to the hospital environment. But at this time, the relational and familial environment was not adequately taken into consideration. Therefore, the hospital plan has evolved to involve and to take into account the specific social environment. Then how was it implemented? Firstly, the family psychotherapist meets the patient and together they draw a map of the social network of the patient. With this map, they invite together significant members of the patient's network. And in this process, the patient is an actor of the process with the idea that the one being helped helps the helper to help him. Who will participate in those sessions? Well, the family, the patient himself, and then also the family psychotherapist and the designated nurse of the patient. Why two professionals are involved? It's because they act according to the principle of divided or split psychotherapy. This concept has been introduced by Oslo. And in this idea, the family psychotherapist, called T1, manages all of the family dynamics and the family-institution relationship, while the T2, the designated nurse, is the spokesman of the patient and support its therapeutic project. And T1, T2 occupy different places and sometimes have very contradictory interpretation of the situation. The family stakes and the patient stakes can be sometimes different, and then can talk about it. Yet they will agree on the relational level, meaning that they can talk about different interpretation, each one of them for the different point of view. This opens up to new spaces, to new way for discussion, for elaboration, and other possible choices. While the information coming from those family sessions goes back to the ward through team meetings. Everybody in the team meetings speaks from his perspective, like the individual psychologist, the family psychotherapist, the psychiatrist, the social worker. Each one has its own expertise and can recognize other contributions. Other people can be invited too during this family session according to the evolution and the stage of the treatment. The first part of the treatment is observation and intensive treatment. Then people can help to find out the stakes of the patient can be involved. And in the third phase, other people involved in the after hospitalization process can be invited too. The implementation of the two measures has had the expected impact on the two goals. First, to take the familial and history relationship of the patient into consideration has helped to grasp some of the meaning of the behavior of the patient in the ward. Secondly, a new perspective is given since what the patient is staging in the ward itself can be understood from the family and relational stakes of the patient outside the hospital. And this is then possible to act accordingly with him with new perspective. Second of all, the joint work between the stakeholders helps to build a more sustainable project after hospitalization project. And all the stakeholders are more receptive and reassured by the measures taking place after the hospitalization. First of all, the patient is the center of the process, is one of the key actors. It will have a better compliance to the project as a whole. Then secondly, the family has been able to express its worries, to elaborate within the systemic sessions new solution to be able to tackle his worries. Then the family has been acknowledged in their specific competences. which is often new to them, being the family of the offenders. Often there are very heavy stigmas are attached to them. And them too have been acknowledging their specific expertise and competences. They feel more empowered and respected, and as such can support better their family members in the rehabilitation project. Then the institutions are involved in the after-hospitalization project, being part of the process itself. They know that the issues have been tackled, they know more the patient, and then it can smooth the passage from one institution to another one and to ease the arrival in the new institution. And then last of all, the judicial authority, they are more confident that a relevant issue had addressed and that measure had been taken to tackle them. They will be more prone to release the patient while respecting its mandate of protecting the society against other acting out. Well, as you know, in psychosis, relapse is always possible if it's taken into account, and it can be tackled in every level of care. We can either reduce their occurrence or find ways to tackle them whenever they occur. Well, this was a very, very quick review of the work done in this psychiatric ward. But the efficiency of the systemic family approach in social rehabilitation of inpatients suffering from psychosis has been established, specifically in forensic mental health care. The schizophrenic patient higher level of social competence is correlated with the psychotherapeutic work done with its family. And the work done with the family of a designated patient can have a side effect which is consistent with the systemic epistemology. A therapeutic effect on the family as a whole, taking care of the patient within the family setting can have a therapeutic effect on the family as a whole. The optimization of the functioning of the family system is correlated with the duration of the psychotherapy work done with the family of the patient. And family psychotherapy is indeed indicated in various contexts when psychological or behavioral difficulties faced by at least one member of the family have also implication on other members. The symptom is seen as having a meaning and a function in the system. This function can be discovered, and then other possible ways which are neither symptomatic, neither painful, to address the issue behind the symptoms can be tried out. Well, thank you for your attention. Thank you for the initiator of this conference, and keen to share all your experiences with you.